Alright, welcome back. If you are watching this is video number 2 on how to create your Google website. In the first video, I tried to show you how to set up your Google site to get created and then how to link it with your Moodle and Ties page. Now we are going to actually get into formatting your Google site so it's more usable and you can get to some of the cool sort of quirky stuff that makes it more enjoyable. So I'm going to go to STMA Moodle. Okay, from this screen you can see that I'm already logged in up here. If you're not logged in, log in and it'll keep you here. And then since we've already created our Google Sites, you can just go over on the left hand side and click Sites. I've got my couple of sites here. I'm going to open up the one Canton Smells Like an Onion Patch because that's my example site I'm using to show you guys. So I will open that up. I'm also going to open up my site that I actually use for my class to show you some of the things that I do. So I'm going to have that open and we'll come to that later on. Okay, so here we are in Canton Smells Like an Onion Patch. This is what the site's going to look like before you formatted it all, and I'm going to show you some things that I think are most useful to setting up your Google site. First thing you're going to have to do, that you probably want to do, is edit this page, since it says welcome to Mr. Bovey's Language Arts website. So if you click on edit page, this is what it looks like when you're in editing mode. So now you can go in here and change anything you want to say, whatever you want to put in here. You can change the font color. So if I want to change this font color, I can click here and then pick from all those different colors. I'll type whatever I want to. Could insert different text here. So that's all well and good. I also want to show you, if you don't like this layout, let's say you don't like this the way it looks, up here is the layout button. So you can do a number of different things here. You could make it into 3 columns instead of 2 columns. So now you got 3 columns, and then you got another bar down here where you can start typing things. Or if you want sidebars on your left and your right, that's what I just created here. Sorry about that. Okay, so if you don't like the changes you've made and you haven't hit save up here yet, and you don't like the changes, if you hit cancel, it's going to ask if you want to discard your unsaved changes. And yes, right now I do want to discard them. So now it's back to how it was originally because I hadn't saved my page. If you make any changes to your page that you want to save, make sure you always hit save page, because if you don't, it's not going to save. But I'm going to go back in there for a second and show you if I wanted to make a change. So I'm going to change the layout again of the way it looks. So let me pick this example. Okay, so now I've got a different format going. Let's say I save this change, and later on I decide, you know what, that was a bad decision. I don't like the layout of that. Do I have to go and change everything again? No, you don't. One of Google's great features is that it shows you your revision history. Down here you can see there's a link that says revision history, so you could click there if you like. It is also right up top under more actions. Here's revision history. What this does is it shows you the changes that were made. So my last changes were a minute ago. If I would like to go back to my original version, it tells me here version 1, I can hit revert to this version, and it is going to go back to my original page. So that is a wonderful tool. If something goes awry or you make a mistake that you aren't happy about, or a change that you think was silly, go back to revision history and you can find the right one and bring it back to that version that you like better. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to add a page to your site. A lot of people, I personally don't like to have a million things on my home page because it's hard to see, and I think it's easier to navigate your website when you've got different pages on the side here, and that's what these are different pages. So I'm going to show you how to create a page. So I'm going to hit create a page here, and it gives you different types of pages that you can create. So this web page template is sort of like our home page that we were just at. It's real similar. Here's announcements, which I'm going to show you. It's like a mini blog, and I like this a lot. I'm going to show you how I use that. And then there is a file cabinet, which I also use to put my files that I put for students to find a list, which I don't use yet, and start page, to tell you the truth, I haven't used that one so much. I think that's probably going to be like it says, a start page, a page where you maybe begin from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click announcements here, and I'm going to put the name weekly agenda, because that's, a lot of people use that in ties and they like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here for now, put page at the top level, and I'm going to hit create page. And here is what it looks like. So now it's going to give me the option to hit, I'm going to make a new post. And I could title this post September 7th to September 11th, 2010. And this is going to be my agenda for history class. So I would say Tuesday, September 7th, 2010. Agenda 1 by Mr. Ditlevson. Copious amounts of ice cream and Diet Coke. 2. Read The Hunger Games because it is rad. Alright, so you get the idea. So there I can go through, I can add the homework on here if I want to. You can see I can add an attachment if there was homework to add to it. And now if I hit save, here's what's going to happen. I can continue to add new posts to my weekly agenda if I'd like to. So again, here's my weekly agenda. I could add another post for the next week, and this is actually how I use mine. I could continue to add posts. You don't have to delete them if you don't want to. You can edit your post if you like. But let me show you. Here's where things get tricky. So I click on home. I just made this page. And you say, what the heck? I just made this page, and now I can't see it. I can't get to it. This is super annoying. And it is super annoying, but it's an easily fixable thing. If you go up to more actions, you can say manage site. Manage site. So I'm going to click on that. And this is where a lot of the magic happens. There's different settings on here to change. Here is what you'll probably use most frequently. So here is site layout. And it brings you to this screen. So you can actually change different big parts of your site. I wouldn't recommend that, but you can go and change a bunch of those things. Here though is probably this thing you'll use the most. Here's your sidebar. So this is where you add your links to different pages. So there's different navigation, there's different places where you can add links. If I want it in the top box, here it shows me pages. I have home and classroom procedures. I'm going to add a page. And here it's going to show me all the pages that I've made. So here is my weekly agenda. So that page that I just made was sort of hiding, but there it is. So I'm going to add that page and hit OK. And now it'll say weekly agenda. So I hit OK. Make sure up here you hit save changes. Otherwise, again, it won't save. So I'm going to save my changes. I'm going to hit return to site. And now you will see weekly agenda. And if I click on that page, it will bring me to my weekly agenda. Now I'm going to show you an even cooler feature. I like this feature a lot myself. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing you some of the capabilities. So let me go back home to my main home page, and I'm going to hit edit page. Let's say you want your weekly agenda to pop up, at least part of your weekly agenda to pop up right here from your home page, but you don't want to type it on your home page all the time. Here is what you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all this stuff because I don't want it there, and I'm going to go to insert on the left hand side here. What I'm going to do, you can see there are a number of choices. So I could insert an image, I could put a picture in there, I could put a link, a table of contents you can read, so I don't need to read every one of those to you, but you get the idea. Here I'm going to go to recent posts because that's the type of page that we just created. So I'm inserting a recent post for my weekly agenda. You can choose how much you want to show. I'm going to put my full post. I want my full post to show up. You can say number of posts to display. You could pick 5. So if you do it weekly, maybe you just want to put 1. If you want to do it by daily, however you want to, attack that, that's up to you. But that's there. So here it says include title. I'm going to put weekly agenda, and I'm going to hit save. Now here's what looks crazy and I actually inserted that in the wrong spot. So I am going to, if you want to highlight the box, I click on it, and this is how it pops up. And then down here is my menu. So I'm going to remove that. I messed that up. I clicked in the wrong spot. I had my cursor up here. Now I'm going to put my cursor at the box where I actually want it, and go to insert and put, again, recent posts, and do it correctly this time, hopefully. So weekly agenda, I want my full posts. I want it to say weekly agenda, and I'm going to save. And it's still giving me issues. Let's see, and there I solved the problem by dragging it, I believe. Oh, they're good. So I figured out. Again, that's one of those things. Sometimes there's goofy formatting things. So I drug it down into that next box, and then I had to delete it up there. But you can see I've got my recent announcements in the correct location. One thing that seems frustrating to me, I was so frustrated early on because I didn't understand. I'm like, why isn't it showing my agenda? Why isn't it showing it? I put it in there. Why is it this weird thing here? Until you hit save up here, it will not actually show you what it looks like. It puts this box in there showing that it's there, but until you hit save, it isn't going to show you anything. So let me hit save to show you what it's going to look like. So now I've got it saved, and here it says, here's my weekly agenda. And Tuesday, September 7th, it's got the agenda that I have in there. What I can do, again, if I click on that link, it's going to actually take me to the agenda page. So I could click there, and it'll bring me here. I'm just showing you some of the navigation stuff. So yeah, that's how you would add a weekly agenda. I find that to be a useful function, so I hope maybe you will too. Okay, I'm going to show you another way to edit your site a little bit besides just adding that agenda page. Let's say here I have classroom procedures in my links, and that's a page that's already created. And I don't really want a classroom procedures page because I don't think I'm going to refer to it very often. Go ahead and click on that link that you might not want, and it says classroom procedures blah blah blah. It's a template. Well, here if you hit edit page, it's not going to help you out very much. You can only change what's there. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to change the type of page that it actually is. So instead of just like a web page, I'm going to change it into a different type of page. So yes, I want to discard my changes. If you go to more actions and hit page settings or change page template. So it's a type of page. I'm going to change it. And I'm going to turn it into a file cabinet. And I'm going to hit change page template. Now it's a different type of page. I can go into edit page and call this my classroom files, or if you want to put homework assignments here, homework assignments, and whatever you want to type. This is the place to print off homework assignments you lost due to your goofiness. Okay, so I'm going to hit save on that. And now over here it says homework assignments, so I changed the name of it, and I can add files. And we have, with Google Apps, we have ridiculous amounts of space, so space isn't really an issue, which is wonderful. So now you can go through, you can put whatever you want to call it, so any file you want to, you can pick it, right? You can hit that. If you want to call it, I'm running out of time again, I have 15 minutes, I'm trying to hurry this through. Chicken recipe, and then hit upload, and then that will be there. If anyone wants to get that, they can, and that is how you add a file page. I will continue to make another Google video. This is number 2. I will continue with number 3. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there are specific things that you're unable to do that you would like to. Thanks.